FiddleUP. I'm Emerald Ray, and today we are going to tackle Francis Xavier Kennedy MacDonald's jig. And this is a Cape Breton jig written by David Greenberg, and it's a beast. It's a super beast, this tune. This tune is so hard. I know it doesn't sound like much, but this tune is so hard. I only recently got it, and I'll tell you, it's one of those white knuckle tunes. You know, when you're gripping the steering wheel and like you can't take your focus off for 1 second. The tune is so hard. This tune is one of those white knucklers for sure. I've been playing this tune for years, and it just never quite snapped in. You know what I mean? Where, you know, the moment where you've got it and your fingers can go on autopilot, and that usually happens pretty quickly, you know, even with a really hard tune. And this tune for me took years and years. So if you're struggling with this tune, I'm just going to put right out there, this one is very deceptively hard, and that's because of the shapes. You know, we're going back and forth between F to E flat, and it's just not anything that happens in pretty much any other fiddle tune. And it's why this tune is so special, and it's why it's so great to learn. But I have to say, like a year ago or something like that, I was playing this tune and it suddenly clicked in, and I could suddenly not think about it technically anymore. And I was like, I have this tune. So I want to share this tune with you because not enough people play it. It's really, really hard, and that's why. But I want you to know it. And we're going to start off with F. And so this is an F jig. We're in 6/8 here. And we're going to play this at a nice danceable tempo eventually, but we're going to go over just the tune. And this tune isn't going to have a whole lot of ornamentation in it, thank goodness, but you actually don't have time. This tune speaks for itself and doesn't need much. Like, if you can play this tune, man, you should pat yourself on the back. This is a tough one, and you'll see why in a second. So we're going to go back from... We're going to start on F and C here in the middle 2 strings. So I'm adding a little 3rd finger trill there, but nothing spectacular. And heading right down to our E flat chord there. So this tune is in F mixolydian, if you're into that kind of thing. And there just really aren't any of these tunes. Even if you have tunes in F, they're not going to be going to the B flat. They're not going to be going back and forth to the E flat like this, quite like this tune. This tune is pretty intensive with this, but in the same way, it's a great way of practicing this. And this tune is just an absolute finger stretcher, great warm-up tune, like just awesome all around. So we're going to have a F moment and an E flat moment here. And then back to the F. Okay, let's try that together. One more time. And the next phrase is really super cool. But also completely wackadoo, so let's go over that. And then gonna head up to the A. So we're outlining an F chord here. And then back to the E flat. Oh, I didn't mean to bring my D there, hold on. And this is where it gets really squirrely, watch out. And then, so if you're wondering what that is, that's outlining a B flat chord. And then back to an F chord. So those are all arpeggios there. I keep hitting that pesky D. Hold on. One more time. And the last phrase is much easier than that. You'll be thankful for. Okay. So we're down to the B flat here, B flat chord. And then F. All right, so let's try from the very top so we can get all that together, and we'll go slow, starting with the F to E flat thing at the beginning. And then F again going up. And here's that weird squirrely part. And the B flat ending. All right, let's do it again without me yakking. Ready? Down to the F. Okay, so you will be happy to know that that is the end of the A part, actually. That is it. And there won't be any more ornamentation or any fancy stuff than what I was just putting in, unless I play it faster and find something, but I don't think so. I actually, this one is, like I say, one of those tunes that speaks for itself, and you don't want to overcomplicate it and try to pack it too full. There's too much going on already. So let's try that just a little bit faster. 1, 2, and here we go. So there you go. That's it. And this tune is weirdly devoid of pickups. You know, that you're landing on have a big F at the end there, and then you just slam back into just right on the 1 for the repeat. So you don't have to worry about that. And it's the same for the B part as well, which we'll get right into that now. Isn't it weird? It sounds so weird and alien and awesome. So so we're starting off on the top F and then jumping down to the bottom. Oops, sorry. Okay. That's not it. I knew I was going to make a boo-boo somewhere. This one is, you can't not. There's just so much going on. Let's try that again. Okay, so from the top F down to the bottom. And then we've got a nice B flat chord here. So that's just outlining an E flat chord. And then back to F. Okay, so let's try that again. So that's just outlining an F chord and then walking up the E string and then B flat. So I'm kind of crawling down with my third finger, fourth finger, and my first finger. And this one is killer to get. So like it seems like it should be easy, but that's just not something you normally do in a fiddle tune. So if you're getting stuck on this part, don't worry. I got stuck on it for a long time. So this whole phrase sounds like this. One more time for good luck. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of the B part so we don't get lost, because that could happen. One more time. And then the next phrase. And you know that already from the A part, so we're done. We just gotta stitch all these jigsaw pieces together. So let's play that last phrase just so we know what it is. One more time. Ah, excellent. Okay, cool. So let's try the whole B part really slow. And then repeat. Woo! Okay, so I will say, shake out your hand. After doing all that and concentrating, you might feel that your hand is a claw. Go ahead and shake it out. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna take a nice little long fiddle break because my hand is tired. So you know, these kind of tunes are a killer. It's deceptive in that you can really tire yourself out really quickly. So keep an eye on your hand when you're practicing this tune. So that is the slow version of this tune, of this B part. Let's talk about what you would do for the faster version. Now you might notice that I'm doing pretty much no ornamentation. I'm going, that's kind of it. The rest of the tune, I'm just hanging onto the steering wheel and hoping that everything goes okay. So, and this is one of those tunes that speaks for itself, and this tune really speaks for itself. It's okay to not do a ton of ornamentation, especially when the tune is really busy already. And this is one of those times where it's just not going to make sense to try to do too much. If you can, great. If you're better than me on all of that stuff, then go nuts. But it's okay to lay back sometimes too. So let's try. There's a couple of double stop opportunities in there, but you're gonna kind of be sneaking them in here and there. those, and let's talk about what that is. That kind of gives it a really nice flavor there. So I'm just kind of grabbing that nice little in there on the middle two strings as I'm going. I'm not really changing anything to get that to happen. So I would just kind of zhuzh it a little and see if you can get that to happen. Any of that good stuff is great. Cool. All right. So let's try this whole tune. And let's try it at medium speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's that. I want to get us up to full dance tempo by the end of this. So let's give it a try. And if it takes a long time to get there, don't worry about it. This is one of these tunes that you will struggle with forever, and then suddenly it'll be all okay one day. Maybe down the road a piece. But definitely stick with it. This is one of these tunes that is just so worth it once you get there. Trust me, I put a lot of time. I put many years into these tunes. I was determined to get there, and I finally got there. And yeah, it's just, I again can't say enough great things about this tune. So if your hand is tired, give it a rest. If your hand is not tired, let's go ahead and play this at full dance tempo. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what you would do if you were playing this at a Cape Breton dance and everybody was doing step shuffle, 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 step shuffle. 1, 2, here we go. Well, that is Francis Xavier Kennedy MacDonald, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it becomes a staple of your repertoire, and I will see you in the next video.